I have a really cool story to share with you that validates that our body's physical illnesses and symptoms, aches and pains, that is our body's way of communicating with us and letting us know that energetically we are carrying trapped trauma and stress. I'm an intuitive health medium. That's what I do. Like, I look at a person's energy and I can see where they have trapped trauma and stress, and I can see like where and how it's manifesting into different illnesses and diseases. And I came across an experience today that I have to share this with you guys. It's wild. So get out your pens and papers because you're going to learn a lot. Get ready to take notes. So I had this friend in college who was dating this guy that was a complete jerk. I did never liked him. None of our friends liked him. He would tell her she was stupid. He would tell her that she deserved better friends. Like, literally manipulated her so much that he had her convinced that we weren't good friends and she deserved better friends. But he would say that about any friend that she would make in an effort to keep her alone so he could control her. It was that kind of a thing. But he was also very verbally abusive to her and would call her stupid and tell her, why would you even try to go to college for that? Like, you could never be a sign language interpreter. You're too stupid. You're too insecure. You're too this. You're too that. At one point, he was like, "You're too ugly. Deaf people aren't going to want to look at you." Like, I literally heard him say that with my own ears. So fast forward to the MySpace days, like, if that doesn't tell you how old I am, we got in touch through MySpace, and she was now married to this guy and had, again, the same situation with him verbally abusing her. She wasn't allowed to get a job, but it was interesting because she's like, "Oh, I'm so lucky. He just tells me that I just need to stay home so I can help him around the house, and he's going to work and support me, and I just get to stay home." It was almost kind of sad to hear how manipulated her mind was. It was completely numb to her reality, but she had herself completely convinced that this was a healthy marriage, even though literally everything she shared with me, I was like, that's like horrible abuse. And I mean, even to the point where he had told her, at one point she had shared with me that she was going to go back to school, and he told her no because he didn't want to waste his money because she was too stupid. Yeah. So now fast forward to today, her younger sister comes across my Facebook as people which of course I messaged her right away and was like, "Oh my God, how are you? How's your sister? Oh my God, I miss you guys." And I made a connection. So she fills me in on my old best friend from college, who is now riddled with illness and has even had several different cancers. And what's so interesting in this is, even though she's been telling herself all these years that she's loved and he's a good guy, and she's been justifying him and allowing these behaviors, energetically it still gets trapped as stress and trauma, regardless of how much she has numbed her mind to her reality. And over all of these years, she's been experiencing all of these different illnesses, and every single thing her sister mentioned to me resonated with every single thing on every energy chakra that we have in our energy centers. One of the cancers she had was breast cancer in the right breast. Now, the right side of the body is the masculine energy. So we suffer something traumatic from a masculine energy, it's going to manifest into illness on the right side of the body. And also, with it being breast cancer, that's the heart chakra. That's being in such a severe energetic state in the heart chakra energy that it manifests over time into cancer. Now, that's being in a deficit because she has allowed this man to talk to her and treat her this way for so many years, but it's also drained her energetically in self-love and self-worth and not having any availability to love herself, because her interpretation of love is that this man speaking to him the way he is, to her that means love, which really it's actually trauma and stress, and it's been draining her heart energy to the point where it manifested into cancer. She also had a hysterectomy, which is the sacral chakra. That's the energy of personal power. She had no personal power. It's our energy of passion, what drives us. And he has been blocking this since she met him. And she's been giving her personal power to this man in an effort to maintain safety and feel safe in the home. So whatever he says goes, regardless of how she thinks or feels, he's going to get what he wants. That's compromising her personal power. It's an energy deficit in that area that manifests into illness so much that she had to have a hysterectomy. Now, the last of many issues that I will mention is her throat chakra, which totally resonates because she has allowed the verbal abuse over, it's been 20 plus years now, with this man talking to her the way he has, and her not putting her voice out there, not sharing her thoughts and her feelings, and staying fully suppressed and in a state of submission. It's abuse, and it manifests into illness in her throat. Now, those illnesses were TMJ. She had thyroid issues. She eventually ended up with Hashimoto's, another autoimmune issue. She had 2 different autoimmune diseases. She had the TMJ and the vertigo and tinnitus, if I'm saying that right, the ringing in the right ear, which is the masculine energy. And she also had issues with her trapezius muscle and frozen shoulder in the right shoulder, which this is all the throat chakra, trauma to the throat chakra. And what's so sad about this is she comes from a religion where she has been taught her whole childhood that if you divorce your husband, you go to hell. So now what's happening is she is now realizing this is an abusive relationship, but she's terrified to leave because she's so devout to her religion, which I remember that when we were best friends. She was very devout to her religion and very faithful to it. But now she's to a point where she does want to leave him, but she's fearful of it because she's afraid if she leaves, she'll go to hell. Now, even that will manifest into illness over time. It's a very sad, very tumultuous situation, and to read this in this message through getting in touch with her younger sister, it's overwhelming. So listen to your pain, your aches, your symptoms, because your body is literally trying to tell you something. And when you go to the doctor and they say everything's fine, everything came back normal, and you know you're not normal, talk to that not normal side of yourself. Talk to those pains and those symptoms, because there is a story there and there's a reason. The reason it's not coming up in the test is because it's trapped in your energy. It's manifests into illness on the physical body, but the data and the information as to why that illness has come to you, that's in your energy, and that's where you have to find it through talking to yourself and listening to the symptoms so you can step back and change those behaviors and start a healing journey.